Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Brinley, or you can call me Bren, and I make critique, reaction, and review content here on the web, and I'm so glad you are joining me for our reaction video to the 8th episode of The Next Friends. I am nervous. My outfit today, something I do on my channel, is I try to dress for the theme of the series. I decided to dress in the colors of the part of the kingdom that we are going to. So this is a blue, flowy summer dress because also, don't they have beaches where we're going today? I don't know. I saw the keyword on Twitter. This is where I think we're going. So this is why I'm dressed in blue. I know, it's kind of giving garden party. Now, before we get started, I do want to share with y'all a theory that I have had. And I tweeted about it, and then I kept my mouth shut because people are like, what theory is it? And I was like, I don't want to majorly spoil anything just in case. I have a feeling people were hyping this episode in a certain way. Certain actors, certain members of the cast and crew implying that Ramel and Pai might have a, how shall I say this? A scene where the two of them are alone together doing things. I think you guys pick up what I'm saying. But here's the thing. I feel like that's too easy. Because I saw people on Twitter being like, oh my god, blindfold scene today, the one from the trailer. And I was like, okay, maybe. But my theory is, even if we get that scene from the trailer and pilot, because it's in both, before that we're going to be served a humongous plate of angst. There ain't no way that we are not going to be forced to cry. There is no way we're getting that and just getting that. And I wouldn't want just that, but people are acting like that's what the Ramel and Pai's part is going to be, and I'm like, no. I just know it would be too easy if it was all fun with these two. Anyways, and we'll also find out if Jay is sick today, because it's either him or someone close to him who's sick, or maybe he's sick and doesn't know it yet. I think we're going to find out today because we're supposed to learn part of his backstory. And let's see if Charan and Conan give each other a status, because at the end of last episode, crazy things happened. Good for them, but there was no conversation saying, what are we? So I wonder if they'll get a status this episode. Okay, but before we jump into it, make sure you are subscribed. Give this video a like. Let me know what you think about the episode down below. All right, let's jump into the 8th episode of The Next Prince. Oh, I'm a huge fan of this Conan look. I like it a lot. The costuming department is really doing a great job, like creating like outfits you would think a modern royal would wear, and they're also continuing to, establish the character's personality as well through them. So I think they're doing a good job. Bold. Oh, Conan, don't. Shakri. Shakri is shocked. Oh, his reaction has me gagged. Are we cutting up a macaron? Is that how you're supposed to eat it? Oh, is that Calvin? Oh, that outfit looks good on him. Also, he looks really upset. Is he good? Is he good? Calvin, you good?
เราดีขึ้นมากแล้วทั้งกายและใจด้วย
Conan, I know you can be subtle, and subtlety is a lost art. I mean, I appreciate that you don't believe in subtlety, Conan. I appreciate that. Like, why would you hide this from Calvin? Oh, Conan is so interesting to me.
ว่าคาร์วินคงไม่เอาไปบอกใครหรอกมั้ง
Okay, what is damning about someone who works for you feeding you a macaron? Besides the fact that I feel like macarons are very, like, a romantic food. But, like, I don't know. I feel like some princes might be that stuck up that they ask a random person to feed them. I know, and Conan is not that. So maybe that's how Conan and Charan realized that Calvin would not think that that's what was going on. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Oh boy. Well, I don't think Calvin's gonna tattle on you because I personally think Calvin has feelings for a commoner, and I love that every royal in this generation has feelings for someone that isn't a prince or princess, and that they have some that they're all gay. Writers, you cooked. You cooked with that one, friends. Are we really doing this in public? I mean, Shakri is trying to be like, I'm shipping it, but I'm trying not to react, but also I'm shipping it, and also I'm kind of trying to look away to give y'all privacy. I feel like the king is not gonna be happy about their relationship. Oh, this outfit. Oh, I'm gagged. Oh, this outfit screams Conan. Oh, okay. Maybe the people who dress him at the palace are getting better at understanding Conan's personality. Because we've got, like, you know, at the same time, it's both reserved but also not. Perfect for my number one schemer. We've got a shirt that is, like, slightly sparkly, but a very, like, classic vest. And the pants tailored. Of course they are. And some heeled boots. Oh, you ate with this one. And Nunu looks fabulous in it. I can see the gears turning in my little schemer's head. I don't know what gambit he's about to try to pull, but I can feel one coming.
นินยอมโดนพี่รันลงโทษเลย
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Congrats, Conan. And I told y'all. I told y'all these two like to play with power dynamics a little bit last time. And you should have listened. Because y'all gotta trust me on this one.
ผิดข้อละหนึ่งจุ๊บ
This is gonna backfire on Charan. If I was Charan, I would be saying one right answer, one kiss. Because, you know, you're trying to encourage him to study. But, listen, I support schemers' rights.
ทำไม ที่ตอนนั้นยัง นั่นแหละ
Conan! You know what? He's, like I told y'all, he's a bard. In Dungeons and Dragons, he has got the charisma and riz and is not afraid to say stuff like that because we all know what he meant. We all know what he meant. We all know what he was implying. I think the solution is Charan, just become a schemer. And then you're both scheming. And then you're scheming him into studying. And he's scheming you into getting kisses. So win-win, and everybody's winning. Because you clearly want to kiss him. So. Help! As a former Princess Diaries kid, oh, that scene just... In the Princess Diaries too. There's this amazing archery scene that I think rewired my brain chemistry. I honestly blame the Princess Diaries 2 for my love of enemies to lovers. But okay, Charan and Conan. Oh Lord. These two, they got so much tension. I thought, you know, sometimes the tension breaks a little bit after the activity that happened last week. But nah, not with them. Not with these two. Oh, that's my schemer! Riz him up. Riz up that Uncle Conan. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, Conan. You got that riz.
ตระกูลพี่มีหน้าที่เป็นองครักษ์คุ้มกันอสวเทวทิน
Oh, so we're getting some Charan backstory today. Okay.
บรรพบุรุษพี่ให้คำสัญญากับเจ้าหมาชีวิต
Are they saying specifically the king who's in power now? Because that would technically just be, what, Charan's grandparents? I was under the impression it I assumed it went back farther than that. Maybe it was just a king in Conan's family. I don't know.
ที่พี่รันดูแลปกป้องนินดีขนาดเนี้ยเพราะแค่ดีลของบรรพบุรุษอะไรนั่นหรือเปล่า
Conan, you know it's more than that, but let's hear Charan's answer.
พี่ก็ต้องปฏิบัติให้ดีที่สุด
แล้วถ้าเรื่องเนี่ย
Oh, okay. Me and Shakri are we just making the same facial expressions. Maybe he's the self-insert character for the audience, because all of us are like,
พี่คิดว่านินเองคงรู้ดีจากการกระทำของพี่ทั้งหมด
Charan, great answer. That's the right answer for sure. I feel like you two have very different definitions of fun. Because I can tell from the facial expression that Conan has, he's thinking about something else. I don't know what you're thinking about, Charan. But it's like that one, oh my gosh, it's like that reaction meme. Or it's like an art of two people holding hands. Oh my gosh, look at me trying to hold my own hand. And then one of them has like, you know, cute things in their thought bubble, and then the other one has like rated 18 plus. That's what it says in their thought bubble. That's what this is giving.
ไดเรนเหรอ
เจ้าตัวเนี้ยชื่อว่าไดเรนลองจับดูสิ
Wow, big day for former horse girls. I should know. Kidding. Except I was. I did ride horses. Well, I know how to ride horses. I also used to, you know, do horseback riding lessons. So I guess I am a former horse girl. Big day for former horse girl fans of The Next Prince. Okay? We're kind of winning today, chat. We are winning. And we will be even more winning if we get Calvin J, crumbs, and Ramel and Pai crumbs. Because I'm not really expecting that much. I'm expecting maybe one scene for each of them. Maybe. So big day for people who love The Princess Diaries too. Big day for former horse girls. And big day for lovers of Conan's sleigh outfits.
จากนั้นเอาเท้าซ้ายเรามาเหยียบตรงโกรนแล้วยันตัวเราขึ้นบนหลังม้า
I can't imagine riding horses when you're tall, because when you're short like me, it's very hard to do stuff like that. So imagine how easy that is to just swing up there. Oh, people who are tall are so lucky.
ถ้ากลัวบอกพี่
พี่รันอยู่ด้วยนินไม่กลัวหรอก
There's the Riz. Even if he's uncomfortable, he's still gonna flirt. I'm a little surprised my schemer isn't taking advantage of this situation. You know? Also, where are their helmets? Where are their helmets? As a former horse girl, I'm concerned. I can't handle this, y'all. I can't handle it. I can already feel myself turning red. They're crazy. They're crazy.
มันอยู่แบบนี้เป็นนานเลยนะ
Whoa! 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 That's funny because they're on a horse, you know? That's bold, Charan. I support you though.
และพี่จะอยู่ดูแลนินให้ดีที่สุด
Whew. Okay. They're taking things up in their relationship. Eternity was used. Oh my god. You know, dare I say, using the word eternity, it kind of sounds like a proposal. This is probably one of the most gorgeous scenes in the entire series so far.
พี่รันไม่ต้องกลัวนะ
Tell me why for a second. I forgot. Obviously, they can't be out there in the rain because Charan might disassociate on a horse, and Conan doesn't know how to steer. Horses are very intelligent creatures, though, so probably could get back to the stable just fine, but
นินให้ชาครีสั่งมาให้สักพักนึงแล้วอะแต่ไม่มีโอกาสให้พี่รันสักที
wait. Oh, that was crazy that we said that at the same time. Should we guess what's the gift? I, of course, am trying to resist giving a unserious answer. But y'all know me, I'm very unserious. But let's try to be serious. Let's lock in for a second. I think it's a pearl. No. That's the only thing they've like hinted in the narrative so far. You know, they always like the way stories function is everything is for a reason, right? If it's well written, and they're trying very hard to make this well written. So likely it would be something they introduced earlier. So, oh wait, I have two thoughts. Because they did introduce this whole pearl thing earlier. This could be the connection. Or could be like headphones. Because if you wear headphones, you can't hear the thunder and the rain. Those are my two thoughts. That's my serious thought. Let's just leave it at my serious thought, not a silly thought. So I have two predictions. Headphones or a pearl. I cooked. I freaking cooked. I cannot believe I guessed that right. That's a little crazy. Wow. Look at what happens when we lock in.
เพื่อนของกำหม่อมก็ชวนไปเยี่ยมบ้านเกิดของเขาที่มีนานครินทร์
I have many thoughts. I still feel like I don't know. Let's see what the king is cooking up.
จะไปเที่ยวเมืองมีนานครินทร์
Oh, I love Conan's hair like this. Oh, this is a great look for him. How did they even do that? Did they like pick like certain strands of Nunu's hair and like only spray them up a little bit with like hairspray? It's cute though. I like it.
ท่านชายสนใจเดินทางไปกับกระหม่อมไหมพะยะค่ะ
หลานขอไปกับเจ้าชายคาลวินได้หรือไม่พะยะค่ะ
Depending on how the king reacts, we might be able to figure out what the gambit is that the king is playing.
ปู่ไปด้วยนะ
Now that I did not expect. You know what? He's probably coming to make sure they don't go clubbing again. He's like, you will not be getting caught at the club at the beach. I recognize that silhouette. All right, let's all take a deep breath.
ทำไมวันนี้ไม่มาปั่นจักรยานกับเราอะ
ขออภัยฟาบาท แต่ว่าวันนี้กระหม่อมปวดกล้ามเนื้อพะยะค่ะ
Hello? I didn't expect that. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I feel like choosing not to go on a bike ride after that is a smart idea because, oh my god, okay, wow. Congratulations to them. You know, I support them. Was not expecting that whatsoever. I feel like, Ramel, you should know. You should know he might be a little sore.
ถ้าเจ้าชายรัชตะรู้เข้าว่าท่านชายไม่ได้ฝึกซ้อมก็คง
Okay, I do think Pitai does have the right to be concerned. Because we all know what happens when Ramel gets in trouble. You know, I fear I might have cooked with my theory. Oh, but it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Right, okay, right. Oh boy. I am mad that my theory was right, but I pick up these things that people put down. Oh my god! He's standing up for him. I'm normal about this, y'all. Oh man. I didn't expect that to happen this early in the narrative. Oh my god. Sorry. Why am I crying? Oh. Well, I'm glad Ramel finally tried to stand up for him. Hopefully later he will be able to actually stand up for him and not be dragged away by guards. Oh man. Oh man. Oh no. I'm afraid I will not like what is about to happen. We're in this together? What the hell is this punishment, Rachita? What the... The other punishment is horrible, obviously, but are you like, oh, I gotta get creative now? Rachita, count your freaking days, okay? I'm coming for you. You're gonna torture my sweet baby.
ผมขอพัก คุณจะขัดรับสั่งของเจ้าชายรัชตาอย่างนั้นนะหยุด
Oh. Come on, Ramel. I have faith in you, buddy. Well, I actually don't know if I have faith in you, but I want to have faith.
ท่านชายอย่าช่วยกระหม่อมเลยเพคะเร็ว
I think Ramel's beginning to... I think he's had enough. I think we might be about to see him reach his breaking point. With Rachita, maybe. And I will be sat with my invisible popcorn like this. Praying for Rachita's downfall every single day.
ก็คือต้องได้รับโทษแทน
Pitai needs a hug. He needs a hug, and they both need to get away from Rachita. Oh, I was so distracted by what's going on, I didn't have time to comment on their outfits. Both of those outfits on them, 8. I don't think we've seen them before, but the white sweater vest with the green accents, or white sweater with the green accents, oh, that's a look on Ramel. And I mean, Peitai's always dressed wonderfully.
กระหม่อมเชื่อใจว่าฝ่าบาทจะปกป้องกระหม่อมได้พะยะค่ะ
Oh, was that a flashback? Interesting. What is happening? Right. Cool. They said, we're making Brinley's day. We're gonna give Brinley a scene where Conan and Chan ride a horse. We are going to give Brinley an Conan and Chan archery scene. Because that, I don't care what y'all say, the archery scene was made for me. And then we're getting more Ramel and Pai. Like, we've had a good 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know, it could be longer than that. We've had a good amount of time for them. Oh, and if we get Calvin J too, oh my god, I will cry. This might be the best day of my life ever. This might be the best day of my life ever. Like, it started at a high with the archery. Ramel Pai backstory, kind of. Whatever's about to happen here. And then if we also get Calvin and Jay, oh... Thank you, screenwriters. I'm a little... Things are gonna get crazy. I'm sure. Something about these two, they like to play games. And you could tell they both clearly like to play them. Congratulations to them. They're crazy. Oh, they're crazy. Also, can I just say props to them on the soundtrack for this? We are not having... Like, they did great with the soundtrack last time in the last episode with the scene. And I'm gonna say it again. I find it really annoying when series have a NC scene and then they, like, blast the OST in your ear. You know what I mean? It can kind of feel like that's awkward and I don't really want to hear the theme song right now. But I like that in this show so far, they've utilized orchestration and quieter OST, like last episode, and this with orchestration. Is what is bad, yeah. Is what is about to happen what I think is, oh, they like to switch things up. I respect it. I respect them. Oh my god. I need a second to process. Okay, something I really appreciate that they're doing is I know I am red right now. Don't stop. Whew. Something I appreciate that they are doing is showing that these kind of relationships can be a lot more give and take, or a lot more exchange than just one way. And also something that I really do appreciate that they're kind of showing in the scene is just how much they are both consenting, because they are both very clearly happy about what is happening. And my little schemer number 2, Pai Tai, with that smirk, okay. Wow, I did not expect them to call back to this. Okay, so Ramel's clearly upset. I feel like he's like, am I a monster? That's probably what's going through his head. Let's see how this scene ends, because I have a feeling it's about to end. Okay, interesting. Sorry. I just realized what the screen currently looks like that I paused it on. I'm gonna have to cut out so much. It's fine. We move. Ramel has this very emotional moment where I think he feels like, is he being the same kind of monster that his dad is being? And so he stops what he's doing, which in a scene like this, you can always stop. You can always stop. And I don't mean scene as in a show. I mean, what is going on between them. When you interact in this kind of power dynamic shifting, it's called a scene. And you can always stop. You can always withdraw consent. You can always, you know what I mean? There's safety measure. But with the scene, something that I find very interesting is that now it's changed to something tender and sweet. And Pai Tai's also very happy about this. And I think Ramel feels a lot of, I guess he probably feels torn, but he also, I can tell in this moment, I feel that Ramel is experiencing regret. He wants to make it up to Pai Tai, and he wants to protect Pai Tai because you can tell that there are feelings there. And I think Pai Tai loves Ramel and wants to, I have no better way to say this, but take what he can get. I don't think he necessarily expects this, but I think he's happy about it. That's my analysis. Thanks for tuning in.
เข้าเฝ้าองค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตโดยด่วนพะยะค่ะ
Maybe the king can't go with them.
เราอยากปรึกษาเรื่องเหมือนกับเสด็จพ่อกระหม่อมคิดว่ารอให้เจ้ามหาชีวิตแข็งแรงก่อนจะดีกว่าพะยะค่ะ
So, I have a thought. I think Conan's dad, I think he might be a good guy. You know what I mean? Because I have a feeling the mining matter means something bad is going on, and I have the feeling, I don't know. I just have a feeling that he is being blocked because they know that they're not going to want to hear what Taran, is that his name? I think it is, has to say.
ตามไปมีนานครินทร์แล้ว
พะยะค่ะ
Wow, I really dressed correctly. I kind of match. You know what this is giving? This scene is giving a little bit. It's giving cutscene in a video game when you arrive to a new location and you meet like the boss. I love it. That's a compliment, by the way, from me.
ลุงจะขอให้คนของลุงเนี่ยคอยอารักขาหลานอยู่ห่าง
What are they setting up here? Narratively, I know they're setting something up here. And I'm not sure what they are setting up. Interesting.
เราจะพักผ่อนเลย
Okay, I love how they have made sure that, like, this just shows the attention to detail in this show. Even the sets are color coded for the part of the kingdom in which they are in. I think that's wonderful.
หากท่านชายต้องการอะไรเรียกกระหม่อมไว้ตลอดเวลาพะยะค่ะ
He needs you to stay with him.
มิลานนอนกับมินสิ
I know Conan pretty dang well, don't I?
ถึงงานหรือยังเนี่ยคาวิน
That Syrupop looks amazing in this outfit. We kind of match. I think it would be comical if I stood next to him because I'm pretty sure he's also very tall. But I love that he's wearing blue, you know, for his future husband who lives here. Right. I like all their beach outfits, but Nat looks really good in blue. Oh, are we texting Jay? Jay, where are you? Come get me.
เป็นเพื่อนพี่มอร์เฟียนี่แหละ เขาเป็นคนที่นี่พอปิดเทอมก็เลยกลับบ้าน
Not gonna lie, Z looks so relaxed in this scene. He's like, I'm on the beach and I'm here for work. Free beach trip. Wait, didn't they film this recently? I feel like they did. I feel like I remember seeing a picture from the queue on Twitter.
อย่างนี้อยากแยกไปหาเพื่อนไหม
Oh, my
แล้ว
schemer.
เดี๋ยวเราค่อย
Conan's like, I see an opportunity. I get alone time with Piran. You get to hang out with your future husband. It's a win-win for both of us. You know what, Conan? You win Schemer of the Week. You've been winning Schemer of the Week every single week, and I haven't done this any other week before, but this week and every other week that's happened before this, you have won Schemer of the Week. Congratulations, Conan.
ทำไมที่นี่มีแต่พ่อค้า ไม่เห็นมีผู้หญิงเลย
คนมีนานครินทร์เชื่อว่าผู้ชายต้องหาเลี้ยงครอบครัว
Oh, don't piss me off this part of the kingdom. And the way I was about to say, you know, if we're actually considering where I would live and not the fact that my favorite color is green, actually green and blue are my favorite colors. I think I would probably live here at the beach. No, I wouldn't. Not if the misogyny is even worse here than in where Ava lives. Oh, Lord, don't piss me off.
ที่อยู่ดูแลบ้าน
ถามจริง
What happens if there's two wives? What happens if there's two husbands? I know Conan's not gonna like this either, so me and Conan are aligned in this.
มันยังเชื่อเรื่องพวกอะไรแบบนี้อยู่อ่ะ
Thank you, ally.
แล้วจะมาบังคับกะเกณฑ์กันทำไม
Yes, Conan. Yes, ally.
พี่แค่คิดว่าความเชื่อเป็นสิ่งที่ปรับได้ยากที่สุด
Well,
แต่ก็ไม่ได้แปลว่ามันเปลี่ยนแปลงไม่ได้นี่ใช่ไหม
interesting. So we've got they're having a little bit. They're having a little bit of an emotional conflict over personal values. And I think what's interesting is they're both right. You know, beliefs are hard to change, but that does not mean change is impossible. And I think this will be interesting to see how these two kind of come together metaphorically to overcome their differences, work together as a team as the narrative continues. Because we are in the second act of this series. We are not in the third act yet. And so I have a feeling narratively that they will be coming together. I mean, they're already, you know, much more aligned than originally. But I feel that in the third act is when a lot of the characters will come together in the third act, or at least what I'm hoping is in the third act, or in the final moments, like right before the climax, we have all of the characters who they've been setting up plot lines for come together to resolve the conflict. Because I really doubt the conflict is technically I think there's more to the conflict than just the competition. Because that would, just having the competition would be too easy. And nothing is ever easy. And also, I don't know. Who knows though? Who knows? I don't know. The only people who know are the screenwriters of this series. I wouldn't even say the authors of the novel know, unless they are the screenwriters for this series, because the authors of the novel, like, they said the novel is what, only 30% of the series? So, like, I'm pretty much throwing all my novel knowledge out this clean slate. Here's a question. Cruden, I wonder if Cruden could answer this. Where is, like, the neighborhood in Emily? Which region is it in? Or is it in the main city? Because that's where I would want to live. Watch out, Ava. I'm coming for Mira. Kidding. Or am I coming for Charan's mom? Okay, Diva, are you single? Okay. Interesting.
อยู่ข้างในกัน
I was telling y'all, the pollution, I feel.
จริงสักที
I should have worn my pearls.
ไข่มุกขนาดประมาณนี้นี่นิยม
I am back with the pearls I inherited from my grandmother, or she gave them to me. Who knows if they're real? She says they're real. She gave me 2 necklaces. She wasn't a big jewelry person, but we got art pearls on. That's right. Okay, let's learn about these dark champagne pearls, which I don't know. My pearls, they're very old. Even if they aren't real, this necklace is very old. Kind of looks like a dark champagne pearl to me.
อย่างนี้ก็ต้องไปหาร้านทำสร้อยอีกสิ
เรื่องสร้อยเดี๋ยวกระหม่อมเอาไปจัดการทำ
Oh, Charan's gonna get it custom for you.
ขอบคุณครับ
I know that's right.
พี่จูน
Okay, this looks like a great house to live in, not gonna lie. I'd live in this house. Fun fact, Jay's sister is actually played by JJ's real sister. That's a little fun fact for you. I knew it. I still think Jay could be sick too, but him having a relative who's also very sick, that makes sense.
ไม่คิดเลยว่าคนที่ยังอายุไม่เท่าไหร่จะป่วยได้ขนาดนี้
Oh no. My poor baby Jay. And his sister, June.
เข้าใจแล้วว่าทำไมคุณถึงชอบกลุ่มรณรงค์
Calvin is trying to reassure him, and I think that's very admirable.
พ่อผมเสียเพราะว่า
Oh.
โรคปอดอย่างรุนแรงแล้วก็ตั้งแต่พ่อเสียไปเราก็เลยย้ายออกจากสวัสดิวัฒน์นี้ไปอยู่
Okay, we cooked, chat, because the mining problem, the pollution, they moved from that part of the country where Taran is talking about there being a mining pollution problem. We cooked.
ถ้าเรามัวแต่เงียบคนที่เขาจัดการปัญหานี้ได้จะเห็นปัญหาได้ยังไง
Good point. And it doesn't feel like the current king listens.
พรุ่งนี้คุณไปกับผมไหม
I wonder if Calvin is going to join him. I don't know. I feel like he might.
I see.
Okay. I think, first of all, he's now becoming aware of the issues, and he's like, I want to take a stand. But he also really cares about Jay. And so I think he wants to support him. Okay.
เพื่อนกันก็ต้องร่วมทุกข์ร่วมสุขใช่ไหม
Friends. Is that what we're calling it? Okay, Calvin. You're lying to yourself. Yeah, a friend you have a crush on, maybe. But yes, of course, friends do share in the good and the bad, of course.
ไม่เคยคิดเลยว่านิมจะชอบพี่ขนาดนี้
And we, chat, certainly know that. In the first episode, he hated Charan.
นินเข้าใจพี่ใช่ไหมครับ
อืมยิงจะพยายามเข้าใจ
Why am I paranoid that they might get caught? I'm kind of paranoid about that. Okay. I'm clutching my pearls. Literally. That's so silly of me. I'm like paranoid they're gonna get caught and like exposed, or like someone's gonna leak that they're together and then the king is gonna be unhappy about it.
กินข้าวเย็นด้วยกันนะนะ
That's a
แค่กิน
compromise.
ข้าวเองไม่เห็นเป็นไรเลย
Do you actually mean dinner or do you mean dinner?
ลุงยินดีต้อนรับ
He's about to bring up the protest, but I'm wondering what the gambit is here.
ได้เลย คนรุ่นใหม่เนี่ยชื่นชอบหลานเป็นอย่างมากเลย เขาบอก
Now that surprises me that he was like, yeah, why not? What is his game? Because to me, I feel like a stuffy royal misogynist would be like, absolutely not. Is he trying to put Conan in like a precarious position? I don't know. I don't know if people at this
แต่
protest
ลุงจะข
are
อให้
very
คนของลุงเนี่ยคอยตามอารักขาหลานอยู่ห่างๆหลานคงไม่ว่า
I don't know if people at this protest are very charitable to the royals. I mean, maybe it'll help Conan look good in their eyes because he's interested. Maybe it'll be a good PR opportunity. And if it goes well, I think the king is going to be pissed because I think the king...
พี่ไม่อยากให้นินตกอยู่ในอันตราย ไปที่สาธารณะแบบนั้นน่ะ
That is true. And they're going to be at risk because they're not only just in a public place, they're attending a protest. And a political figure at a protest, that can end in disaster. I feel like Calvin and Conan are about to have a wait, you're here moment. Something I appreciate about Jay is that even though, well, hold on. No, I'm going to say it, even if I have to retract it. I appreciate, even though he doesn't love royals, we can tell that, he's still being very respectful. And I appreciate that. I appreciate someone who understands PR. Because even if you don't like someone, you need to be respectful to them. And you not to be mean. I'm afraid for his friends, though. Maybe this will also help change Jay's perspective of royalty a little bit. Maybe.
พี่น้องมวลชนที่รักเอมิลีทุกคน เรามาช่วยกันร้อง
Jay's just switched. Oh my god, he locked in. I mean, I think using music and art as an act of protest is so cool, and I love it when that happens. And there are examples in history in which music and art and creativity have aided in revolutions. For example, the Velvet Revolution. Anyways, I'm excited to see what song. Will this be JJ's OST? Because I have been wondering if JJ would have an OST because he's such a good singer. But, oh my god, imagine if we got a JJ Nunu duet. They would literally be making my year. Where's Calvin? I thought he was coming to this. We haven't heard this song before, have we? So is JJ getting an OST? If that is what's happening, they made this episode for me. Archery scene, horseback riding, Ramel and Pai, Calvin J, JJ OST. It's like they put everything I love, the tension of the Princess Diaries 2 archery scene. I'm sorry, I'm locked in on that because that scene, even though it was barely, that scene could have been longer. Oh my god, I feel like they made this episode for me. We'll have to find out if this is really an OST or if it's, I don't know, I feel like they wouldn't be singing a song that isn't on the original soundtrack. And imagine if it was a JJ Nunu duet. Oh, they pulled from my specific bag of people for that. Nunu and JJ. Okay. Listen, Nunu was one of my top artists on my Spotify Wrapped last year. Like, it's serious for me. Like, trust. Not the top artist. I think the top artist was Chaperone. Which, are we surprised? No. I'm really surprised. Where is Calvin? I feel like something's gonna go wrong. I just have a feeling in the back of my neck. I don't know what it is. Oh, did the music go off? I freaking knew. It was like they were panning to that guy too much. Conan's like, I'll hear
ไป
him.
คุยกับเขา
That's my man of the people. My little schemer, who is also a man of the people. Conan, MVP. MVP. Okay, it's not helpful that the bodyguards are surrounding him.
เมื่ออสวัตเทวาทินไงทำให้พ่อแม่กูต้องตายอ่ะพวกกูนี่จะตายกันหมดมึงเห็นมึงไหม
Conan, man of the people, is not going to be happy to learn this. Oh, this is going to be on the national news. What is Conan going to do? I feel like he's going to try to solve this problem. I mean, I feel like this is part of the overarching thing. Overarching plot. Ooh, my brain is fried. We've been watching this for a while. I feel like this is part of the overarching plot. And honestly, I think I'm right. Third act, we got Ramel and Pai. They will come in. Jay and Calvin, they will come in. And Conan and Chan, they will come in. And they will all be a team. That's my theory about Act 3. But we're not even near Act 3. We're maybe in the middle of Act 2. Or maybe near the end of Act 2. Wow, that's the end of the episode. Okay. Whew. Wow, what a great episode. I thought it was paced well. There wasn't really any fluff at all, which can, if other shows, when they do that, can feel like very jarring. Sometimes things can feel too like exhausting plot-wise, but I feel like this episode did a really good job of spacing out what was happening and when, because most everything was relevant. You know what I mean? Or I would say everything was relevant. Because even in the scenes that were not advancing the overarching plot, they were relevant for advancing the character development that will lead to the overarching climax of the story. If that makes sense. Like, for example, Charan and Conan, riding the horse was a very beautiful scene, and you might be like, well, how's that connected to the plot, Brinley? Well, hear me out. It's developing their relationship further, which is important to the plot. It's important to the plot. You know what I mean? What a great episode. I think they're setting up so much that's interesting here. This thing with the pollution and the mining. Charan still and Conan trying to figure out how to navigate Charan's sense of duty with his new other sense of duty to Conan. And I think it's going to be hard for them to figure out how that works. As we could already tell. We've gotten a bit more about Rachita and Ramel and Pai. And I think we're beginning to understand those two a bit more. And I feel like the reason why we saw what we saw today, this is just my thought, is because it's leading up to something. Well, okay, that's how writing works. I know that. But I mean, I feel as if it's leading up to a big confrontation. Because I feel like there's multiple things at play here. I think Rachita is one of the problems here. And so I feel like what we're seeing is the lead up to when, hopefully, Ramil will put Rachita in his place. Which I think will benefit Conan. That's just my thought. That's my thought about that. And then Calvin and Jay, they're setting this thing up with the protests. Now, we didn't see Calvin at the protest, despite the fact that he said he was going to be there. So that's interesting to me. And I wonder, I'm curious to see where they're going with this. But it does really feel like they set up interesting they're giving Calvin and Jay development as well by having Calvin see more of Jay's life and his relationship with his sister June. I almost said her real name, not her character's name. Oopsies. With his sister June, with Jay's sister June. And I think we're able to see Calvin's belief system be challenged. And I feel like all of these characters are on a journey to which they will take a stand. And I feel like that might be an overarching theme of this show, taking a stand. Because I really feel like the Conan, Ramel, and Jay are all on separate, not Jay, ooh, let's try that again. I really feel that Conan, Ramel, and Calvin are all on a journey into which they will be taking a stand. And now, taking a stand, is it for themselves? Is it for someone they love? Is it for both? Is it for something they believe in? Is it all three? Is it all three of those things plus for an outside source? And so I think that these three, that is where their character journey is heading. And if you think about it, because the show has really been setting up Ramel and Conan as foils of each other. I mean, it's so obvious. It is so obvious what they're doing there. But I never even considered that Calvin could be another person they're trying to bring into this as well, with the whole idea of foils. Because even though Calvin and Conan, I would say, are more similar than they are foils of each other, if you think about it, all three of them are having their value systems tested and pushed to the brink. And we're going to be able to see what happens. Will they crumble under the pressure? Will they break? Will they persevere? And I think that's very interesting that they're setting that up. Charan, again, I think his character journey has to do with his balancing duty and figuring out when his breaking point will be. So that makes sense. Am I missing anybody? Oh, Jay. I also think his relationship is this relationship he's about to develop with Calvin will challenge his value system as well. And now Pai Tai's value system, when I say value system, I don't mean like their religion. I hope you guys know what I mean. I mean like the things that they believe are true, or the way they react to things, or so I think Pai Tai's also on that journey as well. I think he's trying to figure out how to have what he wants, but also I think he's trying to figure out how to have what he wants, which can be very challenging to do. So yeah, anyways, that's where I think all of the characters' development are going at this moment. I cannot speak about Ava and Mira because we do not know that much about them yet. But anyways, that is my thoughts on character journey. 10 out of 10 episode. If you made it this far in the episode, leave a ocean emoji down below. You know, your favorite sea creature, or like a pretty sun, you know, because we were at the beach. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you are subscribed, give this video a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.